Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams and I would like to welcome you to my new channel, Cosmic Splendor. This is a channel where I am discussing spirituality and astrology with you guys, and I also have another channel called Vocal Splendor Studios, and that's my music channel. But for today, what I'm going to talk to you about is I'm going to continue in my series of the sun in the houses. Today we are doing a talk on the sun in the 7th house. And the 7th house is the house that's on the other side of the 1st house. So like I've said in the past, I'm going to review, we have the sun houses are like a dial, like a sundial. Just like the sun, we have 12 houses that correspond with the 12 astrology signs. But the houses are what I consider like a set in a movie or a play. So there's all these different sets, like a set at home, set at work, set in a career, set in being a teacher. So the houses all have an energy about them. And depending on your sun sign in the houses, it's going to talk about where you are focused in life. And it's kind of like the setting of the movie. So we look at the actor as the planet. The planet is playing a role, the actor is playing a role, and the role is like the sign, and it's in the scene of the house position. And so, of course, our astrology is filled with all these planets, but right now we're talking about the sun, and the sun is your gift that you're sharing this in the world. There's many other planets and asteroids that go into your chart, but the sun is looking at your primary gift. What you are gifting the world. You are shining your light in this way, in this place, all right? So the sun is what you're sharing. Now the thing about the sun, it's not necessarily something that is easy for you because we have come into this life to grow. And so we do have energies that are easy to access, but the sun is something that we're growing into because that's what we're here. That's like the cross we bear to show the world our light in this particular area. And the way we look at the house positions too is that we have the houses above the horizon, below the horizon, on the left and the right side. So the houses that are above the horizon are the community houses. You're involved with people at large, in groups of people. And then we have the personal houses. And so the personal houses on the bottom tend to be more inner directed and just more focused on your personal self, not in an inappropriate way, but that's where the focus is for that person because we all have a role. There's no good or bad. Everybody's doing what they're doing. So we also have what we call the right and left sides. So on the right side of the chart, you have, again, we're focused more on other people. So if you're on the bottom half of the chart, where you're more personal, it's your personal relationships with other people. And if you're on the upper quadrant of the right side, you're doing societal relationships with other people. And then on the left side of the chart is more of an introverted focus. So you're more focused on inward things, self things. So the first quadrant is more of your self-development, and then the fourth quadrant, way on the other side, is kind of more getting back to the spirit of things. You're more tuned into your spiritual side, yet you're also in the community. So you're holding this cosmic energy for people, or one of my teachers says, you're all spiritual practitioners. So that's a little kind of preview or what we've talked about already. But let's talk about, so that gives you a little overview of the house positions. So we're going to talk about the 7th house, the sun in the 7th. Now the sun in the 7th is right there on the horizon, and that's the house of partnerships. Usually we see that house as of other people, partnerships, marriage, anything that you're working with other people, the other people. The first house is me, here I am, here. You're initiating the energy of uniqueness in the first house, the me energy, and not like these people are focused on themselves, but they're more feeling okay about their identity. Their self-identity is really important in the first house, where the 7th house, the focus is on relating with other people. So I think of the 7th house as the house of the diplomat. So 7th house people are very tuned in to partnerships, relationships. They understand that relationships are kind of a give and take, and that they have to it's a balancing act. It's a balance between the needs of one person and the other. So 7th house people with a sun in the 7th house have a natural affinity of diplomacy, of working things out with people. They make great arbitrators. They can see both sides, and they are very committed to working things out with other people. Sometimes these people are social as well. They have a big need to interact with people. So that's part of how they feel better, is they're interacting in a social way. And they're interacting with partnerships and having lots of partnerships, not only marriage or a significant other, but also business partnerships, any relationship where you're working with others in a give and take way. Now, the sun in the 7th house is going to be really different based on the sign, because of course a sun with a Pisces would definitely be more emotional and perhaps more creative and more introverted than, say, sun in Aries, which is more power. Now, the sun house positions actually have an equivalent with the sign. So the equivalent 7th house position is Libra, and Libra is cardinal air. So that's the energy. So the 7th house takes action. Now, Libra, cardinal air, is taking action to build relationships. That's what Libras are. They're very social people. They interact with others, and that's really a big need for them. So the 7th house has those qualities as well. We have the cardinal interaction with other people, and also peacekeepers. Libras tend to be peaceful people. They want to feel we all get along. It's like we're all going to get along. And so we'll talk about Libra at another time, but the 7th house has that quality as well, where you are devoted to finding solutions with other people. Because let's face it, long-term relationships and partnerships take negotiation to stay together, because that's what relationships do. We have to have give and take. We need to listen. We need to compromise or come to an agreement. So the 7th house is really people that have that commitment to relationships and seeing things through and collaborating and creating a peaceful environment, which is why I call the 7th house sun the house of the diplomat. All right, has this resonated with you? Please let me know in the comments below, you 7th house sun people. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. And I look forward to making more astrology videos for you, and I will continue on to the next 6 houses because I'm going backwards for fun, and I like it coming from a more spiritual perspective, coming into a more embodied perspective. And so we're going to continue on with that series. Also, thanks for the likes, shares, and subscribes. I so appreciate it. Please subscribe and click on the bell so you notice all my videos so you can continue to learn on astrology. And I also want to let you know that I am available for astrology readings. So if you would like to have an astrology reading, I'll give you the information down below. You can contact me through my social media. Let me know that you're interested in a reading, and I will get back to you and we can see what we can do. Also, thanks for the likes, shares, and subscribes. I so appreciate it, and I look forward to making more videos for you soon. Take care. Bye.